After 3 days of hunger, a woman on a deserted island tried to catch fish. But when she finally caught one, she didn't eat it. Instead, she mashed up the small fry and dumped them into the sea. Then she picked up a sharpened wooden spear and stared intently at the water. Soon, a shark was drawn in by the blood. Anna drove the spear down with all her might, impaling the shark. Triumphant, she screamed with joy. But instead of eating her catch, she hung the shark from a tree and hid in the shadows, watching, as if waiting for something. When nothing happened for a long time, she dozed off. When she woke again, the shark was gone. She instantly tensed up, scanning her surroundings, but saw nothing. The next day, Anna found half a shark on the beach. The terrible claw marks on it were clearly not made by any ordinary creature. Even more horrifying, she spotted bloodstains on her way back. Taking a closer look, she was horrified. Her companion's remains had been devoured, leaving only scattered limbs and bones. Anna realized this mysterious monster was no longer content with just fish. She sharpened a wooden stick for protection and nervously searched the island. But after circling it for half a day, she found nothing. Just then, she heard eerie noises coming from a tree hollow nearby. She crept closer and bent down to see what was inside. It was just a silly bird. She had been overly anxious. She decided to relax in the water, but then something caught her eye, and she swam over. It turned out to be a suitcase and a metal barrel. Disappointing. Hoping for more supplies, she took a deep breath and dove underwater, only to see a sight that made her blood run cold, a massive chasm on the seabed. Anna's eyes widened in disbelief, as the pit grew larger, swallowing everything around it, accompanied by low, rumbling growls. Not daring to stay any longer, she surfaced quickly, relieved to have escaped, but she knew she couldn't stay here. Then Anna spotted a life jacket nearby, and had a bold idea. She emptied the suitcase, stuffed the life jacket inside, and tied it tightly with a knot. She planned to use the suitcase's buoyancy to flee. She mustered all her strength to climb on top, but the suitcase flipped over. After several failed attempts, she became utterly frustrated, and even started fighting with the life jacket. Seeing no way to escape, she grabbed a torn canvas, poked holes in it with sticks, tied belts and ropes to trees, and rigged a high-hanging hammock, hoping to avoid the monster's attacks from above. Night soon fell. Anna was awakened by strange calls. She warily looked around but saw nothing. Just as she was about to go back to sleep, a low growl came from directly beneath the hammock. She could only pray the monster wouldn't find her. Fortunately, it didn't linger and soon moved away. Determined to uncover the monster's true nature, Anna hung her companion's remains on a tree and hid in the dark to watch. This time she stayed fully alert, eyes fixed on the right side, and saw something terrifying. A mysterious creature emerged and ate the remains. Anna was so frightened she hardly dared to breathe, watching intently for any sign of attack. Just then, the roar of an airplane sounded. Anna grew excited. Seeing the monster had vanished, she was about to stand up and call for help, but the monster suddenly appeared right in front of her. She froze, clamping her hand over her mouth, not daring to make a sound. Thankfully, the monster left again after a while. Anna finally breathed a sigh of relief, but she had to find a way off this island. Suddenly, Anna spotted a life raft drifting in the water. Without a second thought, she swam toward it. As she got closer, she realized it was her boyfriend and best friend, who had been separated from her in the shipwreck. Back on shore, Anna hurriedly packed her things to leave, but her boyfriend and friend didn't want to go. They were sick of drifting at sea, and, having finally found land, wanted to stay for a while. Despite Anna's frantic warnings about the man-eating monster, Jack wouldn't listen. He thought she'd lost her mind and shouted at her. Left with no choice, Anna secretly gathered supplies and tried to slip away alone, avoiding Jack's notice. But just as she was about to succeed, Jack caught her, yelling and charging toward the raft. Anna jumped aboard first, but Jack grabbed her, and her friend came to help. In the struggle, Anna kicked her friend away, but Jack still pulled her down. They began to argue fiercely, and then Anna was knocked unconscious and slowly sank into the sea. When she came to later that night, she found herself tied to a tree, with Jack still blaming her, oblivious to the danger. Then came her friend's scream. Jack grabbed a torch and rushed forward, hurling it at the monster, but it had no effect. The monster swatted him away, sending him flying, and then leaped into the sea. Jack stood frozen in shock. Anna managed to free herself and rushed over to drag the dazed Jack away. The next day, Jack finally realized his mistake and looked at Anna like a guilty child. Anna softened and didn't scold him. The two then set out to sea in the life raft, working in sync. But suddenly Jack spotted something swimming under the water. Before he could get a good look, the monster attacked, clawing him. Anna quickly sealed the entrance to keep it out, but the monster tore through the hull from below, sticking its head in. In desperation, Jack fired a flare gun at the monster but missed, filling the cabin with smoke that stung their eyes. He fired a second shot, hitting the monster's eye. Wounded, it fled the cabin. Just as they thought they were safe, Anna was suddenly dragged underwater by the monster. On the verge of suffocation, she pulled out a small knife and stabbed the monster repeatedly, forcing it to release her. But instead of leaving, it swam toward Jack, who had come to rescue her. Anna could only watch helplessly as her boyfriend was dragged into a deep undersea lair. Afterward, Anna struggled back to the beach. Her eyes burned with hatred over Jack's death. She knew her only chance of survival was to kill the monster. She sharpened sticks, making plenty of spears, then gathered wood to build multiple fires, stuffing dry grass underneath. Now all she had to do was wait for the monster to appear. At night, the monster was lured by the flames to the shore. As it reached the fire source, a ring of flames quickly ignited around it. Caught off guard, the monster hesitated. Seizing the moment, Anna rushed out with her spear and stabbed it hard. She immediately darted behind a tree, waiting for her next chance. Seeing the monster's guard drop, she gathered her courage and charged again. But the monster was ready. It knocked her down. Anna got up and stabbed once more, enraging the beast, which sent her flying with a powerful strike and then lifted her overhead. But the pain in its arm made it drop her weakly. Anna seized the chance, pulled out her knife, and kept stabbing the monster until she broke free. She barely made it a few steps before being knocked down again. Fortunately, the monster was badly wounded. Anna struggled to her feet and stumbled away, with the monster pursuing. She ran toward the beach without looking back, but soon exhaustion overtook her. With a grit of her teeth, she turned around, ready to fight to the death. But the monster was in bad shape too, letting out a mournful cry before collapsing. Anna breathed a sigh of relief, cautiously approached, and delivered a final stab to the corpse. Then, exhausted, she sat down on the ground, finally free.